Are you looking for the best tents? In this video, we will look at some of the 5 best tents on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Nemo Aurora Highrise 6. The Nemo Aurora Highrise 6 is the complete package, with loads of space and features packed into a stylish and functional design. You can easily fit a twin and 2 singles inside. The ceiling stands 6 feet 5 inches. Your kids, and possibly you, will have room to do cartwheels in this spacious tent. The dual vestibules, super large front door, great privacy options, and fun floor design make it one of our favorites, and it's unlikely you'll come across many shelters that balance all these features better. Over the years, the Highrise has evolved to give better headroom and use more weather-resistant materials. On the other hand, the Aurora Highrise can be a bit complicated to set up for the first time, though it does get easier once you get the hang of it. We also wish there were more pockets and better designed windows. The windows are the classic Nemo flap, which isn't very effective at keeping the wind out. We keep hoping for weathertight zippers. If you don't need a tent this size, check out the MSR Habitat 4, one of our favorite 4-person tents offering better weather resistance. At number 2. Nemo Dragonfly OSMO 2. The Nemo Dragonfly OSMO 2 balances helpful features and a reasonable weight. The interior is roomy enough to comfortably fit 2 people without feeling crowded, and there are enough pockets to store all your odds and ends. A decent-sized gear loft can fit any larger items you don't want on the floor with you. We especially love the size and shape of the dual vestibules and that the rainfly stays both tight and quiet in the wind, something very few tents can claim. Good design also means that even tall campers will have enough room to stretch out and sit up. The tent now uses Nemo's proprietary OSMO fabric, made of recycled materials designed to focus on durability and stretching and sagging less when wet. The vestibule on the new version is also larger than on previous models. As is typical for most types of gear, all the great features of the Dragonfly OSMO come at the cost of weight. However, this is a trade we are happy to make, as this tent finds a happy medium. The tapering at the foot of the tent can feel a bit cramped, and the price tag is nothing to scoff at, but overall, we would happily carry the Dragonfly into the backcountry for almost any multi-day adventure. If you want a little more vestibule area and a little less weight, consider the Big Agnes Copper Spur HVUL2, which scored just behind the Dragonfly. At number 3. The North Face Stormbreak 2. The North Face Stormbreak 2 is our go-to tent for backpackers on a budget. For the price, it has great versatility due to the intelligent vestibule design. For a bargain tent, it also has numerous storage pockets for essential items. The headroom is best in class for this price range, and overall, this is more comfortable and livable than many much more expensive options. The Stormbreak has been around for over a decade and continues to evolve. The latest version is nearly a pound lighter than the original version and has more ventilation spots. This is not a light tent and is not ideal for long-distance trips where every ounce counts. However, for most trips where you are not putting in big mileage day after day, that weight is more than worth it due to the great comfort and conveniences. For the money, we have not seen a better tent. That said, the Stormbreak is still nearly $200. If you are on a super tight budget or do not backpack much, the Bicina 2 might be a good option. It scores much lower than the Stormbreak but is less than half the cost and might fit your needs if you are okay with sacrificing a little comfort and ease of setup. At number 4. SmittyBuilt Overlander. Want a rooftop tent but have a smaller budget? Check out the SmittyBuilt Overlander. It is one of the most spacious and comfortable tents we have used, with enough overhead room to allow campers to easily change clothes or comfortably sit up and enjoy the view from one of its many windows. Included perks like an LED light strip and hanging boot bag outside the tent make it more livable and pleasant for longer trips. The ladder is extra wide and feels sturdy when bringing gear, kids, or pets up to roof level for the night. And don't let the lower price tag fool you into questioning the quality of this tent. The Overlander uses durable 600D polyurethane material to weather gnarly storms. If you have an earlier model of the Overlander, you will notice many differences. The latest model is larger, has a second door, and is much bullier. It also has more storage and an LED light. The SmittyBuilt's lower price tag is likely due to its DIY assembly. The initial installation is more complicated than average. The tent is heavy and only comes with a basic toolkit. Most components come unassembled, and the whole thing takes longer to complete. Once you have the tent properly mounted, converting it from travel mode to camping mode also takes longer than average, although luckily, it is not too difficult. Our final gripe with this tent is that there is no convenient place to store the travel cover. It removes completely from the tent, so you'll have to fold it and find a place to stash it. On most other models, the cover attaches so you can roll it, and it hangs on the side of the tent. If you're prepared to devote a little more time to set up and tear down each trip, the SmittyBuilt Overlander is an excellent way to adventure on a tighter budget. If you are okay with spending a little more, the Thule Tepui Explorer Air 2 is much easier to use. However, it doesn't have the same space and comfort. At number 5. MSR Access 2. The MSR Access 2 is a good value for season tent. We found it one of the most versatile options we tested. It has an easy and intuitive setup that utilizes sturdy plastic clips rather than pull sleeves, which makes it even easier to pitch in windy conditions. The double-walled design prevents condensation, making up for its limited ventilation. This feature and its lighter-weight interior wall make it one of our top choices for damp and rainy settings. The lighter-weight fabric also helps shave off a few ounces, and this tent is impressively lightweight for a double-walled model, coming in at nearly half the weight of some other options. The large footprint makes this tent very livable, and large dual-sided vestibules further improve this. The Access 2's biggest drawback is its limited weather resistance. While it fares very well as a 3-seasoned mountaineering tent, it is not our first pick for more extreme expeditions. The lightweight fabric is thinner and less weather resistant than other models, and we fear it would not weather winter storms as well. The Access 2 is geared more towards being light and packable rather than extremely sturdy, and the comfort-to-weight ratio is a big selling point. It provides very livable 3-season protection for most campers. It may handle shoulder season camping and the occasional midwinter expedition in milder settings, i.e., below tree line, with ease, and it rings up at a price that is hard to turn down. Scoring just behind the Access 2 is the MSR Remote 2, which is more spacious and weather resistant but about double the weight.